welcome to Two Blondes and a Brokerage, and today we're here with Nicole Ruth, and we're going to talk about what goes into your mortgage payment and where everything comes from.
Absolutely. So a mortgage payment can seem like a lot, especially if you're a first-time home buyer and you're renting right now, you've got one payment. So now all of a sudden you have a house and you have bills and utility bills and you're trying to think of what is included, what's not included. Because I get that question a lot, especially with HOAs. So what's included? It's called PITIA. So your principal and interest is the first two letters. Your principal and interest is what makes up the loan. So you borrowed money to purchase the home. That loan has a payback period. And based on your interest rate and the payback period, you have a principal and an interest portion together that you'll pay out for the next 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, whatever your payment period. If you don't have a mortgage and you paid cash for the house, you can skip the PI portion. The next two letters, the TI, are your taxes and your insurance. So that's your once a year tax bill and your once a year annual insurance premium, both divided by 12. So you'll pay 1/12 of your taxes and 1/12 of your homeowner's insurance every month, bundled up in your mortgage payment. Now, some people don't escrow their taxes and their insurance and they pay them separately. You can do that. And if you do that, then you can knock off the TI from your monthly payment. But those are going to happen each year. The lender is going to pay them and then just charge you 1/12 every month to pay themselves back. And then the A part is the homeowners association bill. So we have to qualify you as a lender with the association payment included in your overall monthly payment, but it's not included. And that's the confusing part for a lot of first-time homebuyers because they see it in all the loan paperwork, so they think it's included, but we just have to include it when we qualify you. You'll actually get a bill, typically a month or two later, from the association giving you payment instructions. Many times, it's a coupon and you'll just mail in a check. Sometimes they have an electronic payment option. So that will be done typically a few months at the closing table and then from that point on, either monthly or quarterly with the HOA.
Okay, so all these things are being collected, and where are they held?
So the lender has a servicing arm. So depending on who you get your loan with, they'll either service the loan themselves or they'll sell the servicing rights. And you know who's servicing your loan because their logo is typically on the mortgage payment or the mortgage statement that you get every month. That servicer is holding that money. So the principal and interest, that goes right to paying down your loan and paying down the loan and paying for the interest on the loan. So that's going to the lender. The TI is sitting in an escrow account with the servicer. You actually own that escrow account. People don't know that. So it's a separate account. It has your name on it. You just don't have access to it because it's held with the servicer. But if you ever pay off that loan or refinance, you'll get back any money that's currently being held in that escrow account in order to pay the taxes and insurance.
So what about when the lender sells your loan? What happens to the escrow account?
That's a great question. That escrow account goes with the selling of the loan. So if you had been paying servicing company A, and then all of a sudden you get a letter in the mail, you get a goodbye letter from service company A, but then you get a hello letter from service company B, then it could take a little bit of time. Sometimes we see a delay. That escrow account typically trails the sale of the servicing rights, but they will get it. And if they ever email you or call you saying, well, you don't have any money in your escrow account, then you can go back through the paperwork and your lender should be able to help you unwind that as well. But it gets sold with the loan, with the servicing rights.
So we know that taxes can go up and
Yes.
the cost of insurance can go up. So what happens when your escrow account falls short?
So once a year, they tally up your escrow account. So they'll rebalance that escrow account every year because both your insurance and your taxes can go up, and the lender finds out typically after the fact. So they've been collecting from you 1/12 of your property taxes the last time the county reported what those taxes were. So they've been collecting 1/12 of that. Then in December, when they get the new tax bill that's due that February, they might not have enough because that tax bill might have gone up. Well, they're not going to take it from you right away. They won't know until they get the bill, they pay the bill, and then all of a sudden your escrow account goes short because they paid a bill that they hadn't hadn't known what that number was at the time. So your escrow account balance goes short, they'll run it, but once a year they do a balancing, and you'll get a letter in the mail. Trust me, you'll get a letter in the mail because I get the phone calls. You'll get a letter in the mail that says your escrow account balance is short, and you have a couple of options. You can pay us now, and they'll have a one-time fee, and there's no charge with it. It's just getting that balance up. So you can do it one time. As soon as they send you a letter, then your mortgage payment is adjusted for that bill going forward. So your mortgage payment might go up $25, $50, $100, but that amount will get paid right away. You can choose that. Or you can choose to not pay it in full, the amount that's owed because the account is low, but to spread it out over the next 12 months. That is going to cause your mortgage payment to go up even further. So your mortgage payment will go up what it was, what now they have learned the new amount needs to be. So they'll adjust it based on the new tax bill or insurance bill, but then they'll also adjust it up so it's kind of double because they have to collect back what they were short. So you can do that over the next 12 months, and then after the 12 months, then your mortgage payment will go back down again, not to what it was, but the new mortgage payment based on the new taxes and the new insurance.
So when you get a mortgage and you get your first payment, the principal and interest are fixed.
Fixed for the entire length of the loan.
But your mortgage payment technically could change because those items could change with it.
Your HOA can change, your taxes can, which is not paid with the mortgage rate, but your taxes can change and your insurance can change, absolutely.
So what people are considering is their whole payment that might actually fluctuate over the life of their loan, even though the actual principal and interest is not changing unless they refinance.
Yes. And you see that a lot with new builds. Because a lot of times the county has the tax records set to the land, and then once that new build is finished, then they'll come out with a new value and then the tax bills will go up. Or you see it a lot with a lot of these transfers. You have people that had homes for 10 years and their tax bill have been going up, but not at the record of the sale that we've seen the last 2 years. And so then all of a sudden you're gonna have a pretty hefty increase on your tax bill.
I think that's important to talk about too with new builds because that increase is significant in those taxes.
Yes.
It can be extremely significant. So just knowing what your tax payment is going into it, I think it's really important to have those conversations that it will for sure change in a new build and go significantly up. So to just allot for that as well.
And you'll want to ask your real estate agent, Audrey, or you'll want to ask the builder, right? What is the tax district that we're in? Are we in a metro district? Do we have additional fees? Because maybe they're putting in all the parks and the paths, and so they might have an additional subsidy to the tax bill for that. On average, the Denver market, we typically use 0.7%. So it's 0.007 times the value of the home divided by 12 is usually the taxes that we use, unless it's in one of the metro tax districts.
Awesome. Well, that's great to know. If you guys have any questions about escrow accounts or mortgage payments, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to connect you with Nicole as well. Thanks.
Bye-bye.